Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name's Samantha. This is the Budget Mum UK. Today I'm going to be taking a look at my July budget, but I'm really going to be switching this up, as in I'm doing a really big deep dive, breaking down all my finances. It's something I've not really done specifically before. I'm at the point now where I really want to niche down, get really specific, and literally watch every single penny, because I've got some goals, I've got some aims, and I've got some massive impacts coming again into my finances. So come on in. Hi everyone, my name's Samantha. I am a mum to 2 children, and this is my journey on how I managed to save money, how I managed to live on a budget while still paying off some of my debt. I had over £100,000 worth of debt at one point, so hopefully not too much of it left now. I quit my full-time teaching job. I work self-employed in a private tutoring capacity, as well as doing lots of little side hustles and little things like that to help make sure I keep a really decent life without having to spend too much money, and making sure that I'm still able to spend lots of quality time with the children as well. So if you think that's something of interest to you, I would love it if you would hit that little subscribe icon, and then go ahead and hit the thumbs up icon and hit the bell notification so that you know every single time that I upload a video, because honestly, it has made so much difference so far to my life. It's been fantastic. And of course, if you're already subscribed, you'll know this, and you know how much I genuinely love and appreciate every single one of you. You're amazing. So thank you so much. So July, I'm almost up to a year into this journey now. In fact, after July, this will be a year that I started my YouTube and budgeting journey. I started in August last year, a little bit late to the game in August, but I did start it, and I've not looked back since. Now, things have changed and they've adapted and they've moved, and they've progressed as I've gone through those months, and as my budget has changed and my needs have changed. What I've not done with you before is broken down specifically every little bit of my finances. What I tend to do is give you an overview amount of each month, and then break it down weekly. But what I thought you might find useful is to see what money I have coming in, what specifically I've got it coming in for, and what days they are in. I've also made some changes to my envelopes. You'll see there's a couple of new ones on here, 3 new ones, one gone off of here. Yeah, I'll talk to you about that. And I've got a new envelope which I'm going to be working with as well from July going forward, and I'll talk to you about that a little bit as well. But before we do it, let's have a look at July overview, because I'm going to break down exactly the money I've got coming in and the dates that it's coming in. But also I'm going to be planning my month ahead, so I know what I need to budget for, where I need to put money and things like that, basically. So I just really want to be really clear and exact and precise, because sometimes, well, I'm very good at losing money if you've been around here for a while. Like, I'll muddle things up and I get mixed up. But because of how July is going to work for me in terms of my finances, as in it's massively reduced, I just wanted to make it really clear exactly what I've got coming in. I hope it'll make sense as I go through. But basically, because I'm self-employed and my business is in tutoring and education, obviously all of August and a massive bulk of July is taken over with school holidays. So that means that the work that I get from going into schools is reduced, because again, self-employed, I'm not going in schools, there's no tutoring there. The private tutoring that I do, some people like to take up a little bit more, but a lot of people tend to take a little bit of a break, just as they would do. I haven't actually got my final numbers in from people yet. I've asked them, but that doesn't always take a while to come through and filter through. I've got my own children to think about, and the fact that I want to take a break and have some days out and be able to do that without having to rush back for students. So I'm planning those things in. Because of the way my self-employed within a school works, it means I'm sort of paid later on. So the work that I've done throughout June, I think it's up to June the 20, whatever the last Friday is, Thursday or Friday is in June, I then get paid that in the July. So there's going to be a little bit of payment in August from July, if that makes sense. But then August, I'll get nothing. So that was one of the reasons why I worked my budget a few months ago. I came to the decision that because of how much I actually physically got paid, I was only going to pay myself the equivalent of £800, because then I'm banking a little bit. So it means that when I do come to July and August pay, I've still got a little bit something. Same thing's going to happen in September, because even if I'm working throughout the beginning of September or all of September, that money I won't see any of it until the middle of October. So I rely on things like my Etsy, my YouTube. I rely on my working tax credit and things like that. So yeah, that's why I just thought it was going to be really, really important now more than ever to really, really focus on everything that's coming in, everything that's going out, when and where exactly. So first things first, let's set out the calendar, and then I'll put together, because I know it's going to be an expensive month for me, as is August, just because the summer holidays, they are expensive. And then we'll go into it in more detail of my money that I've got coming in exactly. So this is my month ahead, and I'm just going to quickly go through some of the plans and things that I've got coming up. So I have got a wedding here. No, it's not my wedding. Well, you'd kind of hope it's not my wedding. It's not my associate, if you like. I'm going as somebody's +1. The children are coming with. We are staying over, but the cost of that is being covered by the person whose +1 I am. I'm very discreet, aren't I? Maybe I'm dating somebody famous. I wish. No. Yeah, so I get silly sometimes. So wedding there, that's covered in terms of costs. I will obviously take my social envelope with me, so I might have to put some more in there. My niece's 18th birthday meal, which I'm guessing isn't being paid for by my brother, so I will have to cover that. But I have got a plan to, I'll be working until 6 o'clock, and the meal is at 6:30, and I'll have been working all day in schools, and then I'll be tutoring. But my plan is to eat a bowl of soup. This is a hack I used to do all the time. When you get invited out for meals and you didn't want to look antisocial, eat a bowl of soup before you go. I used to try it with fruit, but fruit wasn't always as filling. A bowl of vegetable soup would fill you up. That way you could be seen to choose the more cost-effective item on the menu without feeling hungry and feeling like you're missing out. That was something I did a lot. When you take the kids out for a treat or something, and yeah, those days. Anyway, that's my plan for there. Just because this month's so expensive, and I know it is, so I've just got to watch what I'm doing. Birthday party here, obviously, I've got my wallet for her present, so that's okay. And if I drive, I'm thinking it should be slightly more cost effective. Holly's into water and ice at the minute, which is great for my wallet. And Alex just likes to crunch ice, which is a double bonus. And I just take him fruit shoots, or the equivalent of, he thinks he's got fruit shoot. Just getting him to fruit shoot. My mum and dad buy the Aldi ones, and I keep the bottles, top them up with cordial. He thinks he's got a fruit shoot. Hack number 2, don't say I give you nothing. Right? Does anybody else do that? Is it just me? He's 2, he doesn't know any different. So I booked here for a mini break. I'm actually going to go to Wales to see a friend. So I'm staying at theirs. So again, reduced cost, but it's the cost of petrol. I am going to drive just because of where it is. It's in the middle of nowhere. So it's not really practical with it in terms of getting a train. So we're going to go there. Might need some spends for ice creams and things like that, but mostly we're just going and staying to visit them, which is okay. Back here for a birthday party. It's a friend. Can you have a friend, a 2-year-old? Of Alexander's from nursery. So we're back for that party. And then I'm trying to get lots of things in at the beginning of the holidays, just so that I can concentrate on work towards the later end of summer holidays, without having to take too much time off, hopefully. Then I've got Alton Towers, which I'm using the Merlin Pass for, Blackpool Zoo, which I've got my vouchers from Tesco Club card from, and then reuse the Merlin Pass again here. I think, in fact, I need to check the date. I've got to feel it's mid-August anyway that my Merlin Pass expires. I do need to check that. Yeah, so Blackpool Tower and Sea Life also covered under that Merlin Pass. This is not promotion for Merlin Pass, by the way. I just I love my Merlin Pass. It is an investment. I really ought to have, if I thought on it, because that was a bit silly really, was maybe get an envelope and start putting money in that, because it's quite a big chunk of cash to do at first, but it pays for itself, especially at the moment when Alexander's free. So I've just put a question mark there because I'm thinking about whether to try and find somewhere cheap to stay over, possibly. Might be worth doing. And then we're going up to Scotland. My uncle and his wife, also my auntie, presumably, I've got a B&B in Moffat. So if anyone's looking for anywhere to stay in Moffat, in Blackpool, no, that's Blackpool, in Scotland, I can highly recommend their B&B. It's not too far from where I am. Passes some really nice places on the way. Cute little village. They do sheep races and things. So that's where we're going to go and stay for 3 days up there. Yeah, 3 days. I don't think I count. We should be coming back on the Sunday there. So that'll be nice. And again, quite cost effective. So lots of little holidays in effect. I will be closing, just as a heads up, I am going to be closing my Etsy store. And I think I'm probably going to close it around the 16th. Just so if any other orders come in, I've got time to make it before I go on my jaunt for a few weeks. Just so, because I know lots of people, it tells me that people have got things in the basket. That is your warning. That is your heads up. Yeah, so that's my July as is. So let's have a look where my money actually comes in July. Now, a lot of it fluctuates. I've done my best to put into place provisions being self-employed of where I try and keep a consistent income for myself, especially over the summer holidays where I know my job means I'm not working as much as a teacher. So this is why I do all my side hustles. It's why I do all my little other things. I've just noticed, look, my nails match my pen. The sad things that we do. Yay. Almost. Got the glitz. Sorry, I digress. Yeah, so I have fluctuating income in terms of Etsy and YouTube and other things like that. But then I've got consistent incomes. So the income that I know I definitely get is on let's have a look. It's for my child benefit. So my child benefit comes in every 28 days. Last month it came in on the 14th. So I know this month it's going to come in here on the 12th. I'm just going to put CB for child benefit. And that for 2 children is £145. Now, previously I just lump all these together, but I just thought I want to get really on top of it. I really do. So I'm breaking everything down for us right now. Now, the next thing I know that I definitely get in is I get universal credit. So because I've got a child who's 2, I'm only required to work 16 hours. Something else I've not actually disclosed is that I get a benefit to do with incapacity. So I was quite poorly just before Alexander, and it meant that my ability to work in certain environments and probably full time was impacted. So I still receive a small sort of income from that, not income as it were. It's it's a benefit effectively. So it's not really something I discuss, and it's not really something that is necessarily obvious to a lot of people. It's sort of so it's a limited capacity benefit. I think that's the exact wording for it. And I get that along with my universal credit. So for standard universal credit, you should get $334.91 is what I would normally get. For having 2 children, I get $534.58. Now these sound like a lot of money, which is very nice, but actually when you try and live, it's not that much. I pay for childcare, but I get 80% of that back to me. It's usually around £400. And the limited capability is £354.28. Now I also have to take off £50 and 12 pence because for deductions that go back into because I was overpaid at one point, so they're getting paid back basically. So that total amount would be 1,623, which would come in on the 8th. I'm just going to put UC. I'm just lumping it all together. But yeah, that also, like I said, that includes the that includes the payment of my nursery fees, which I don't normally consider. So that would be 1,223, and plus then we take off like that £50. So universal credit, if I haven't turned enough, this is like the maximum amount I could possibly get, which, because I know how July is going to look, I know I will be getting. So it's going to be 1,100, I'm doing some quick math in my head right now, and 73. I'm just going to put that, it is pennies as well. Well, 77. Let's be, so, well, 12 pence. Let me take that off there, sorry. 65p. There we go. Let's be efficient with that. So it sounds like a lot of money, but when you're trying to split it between 3 people and you're taking an account of living and everything else, it's not a lot of money in the grand scheme of things. Now, the other thing that I know I definitely get in at this month is I get paid from my consultancy work, and that comes in on the 20th. Now, this month, again, because I tried to put this plan into place, I'm just going to receive £800 from that. Now, on the 1st of July, in theory, I should get paid by my students. Now, it's a really, really, really limited amount this month. I'm going to put it down as the 1st. It doesn't always happen. I'm terrible. I do tend to give them 2 to 3 days leeway for coming in. But that is going to come to a total of £310 this month. Because I'm taking all this, my holiday effectively. And then, of course, people take their holiday as well. So August is probably going to be even more impacted. So I've got money coming in here, here, and here. So it's all over the show. It's not like at all consistent. Now, the other money that I potentially could get in is from Etsy, and they pay every Monday. Now, you can set it up to get paid. I think you can get paid immediately as well, actually. I've not looked at that exactly, but I think you can get it paid every month if you prefer. I don't know. I've just always had it as every week on a Monday, so I quite like it. It means it's like a little extra top up if I need it for the week in my budget. So I'm going to keep it as is for that. But of course, that could be nothing. It could be a lot. It could be like the other weeks when I've had nothing because it's been held. So I'm not actually going to consider that as an income until, I can't budget it. That's why I use it in my cash stuffing and extra top-ups for my saving envelopes and things, because it's just not guaranteed, and it's just, yeah, it's just what it is. And the other one that I've now started getting in is from YouTube. Now, they tend to pay around the 23rd. Now, this does fluctuate slightly, but most of all, mine's been quite consistent. I haven't yet stuffed any of that because I wanted to understand it. I wanted to watch it. I wanted to see how it panned out. I wanted to know, what I needed to do with it, really. I didn't want to touch something that it seemed almost too good to be true, if you like. I just wanted to, get my head around it. So I will be doing a video on how much I've made so far. I've got that to come out, and then I will be doing a cash stuffing of my YouTube money. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll use it going for, or maybe I'll do what I've done, which is like keep it accruing in an account, and then, I don't know. I have got to really consider my business itself at the moment because it's doing really well. I've got lots of bits coming in everywhere, as you can see. I've got a couple of new income and hustles that I've touched on. I just need to I need to get my head into it. I need to, I just need to know what I'm doing, and I know what I mean. I know what I mean. I need to have a chat with a financial advisor is what I need. Is anyone a financial advisor? Okay. Right. So yeah, I think that's all my incomes that I've got coming in. I've got that, and that. And I think, yeah, that's it. Obviously, I don't get anything off Holly's dad because, it's a joke. Let's say no more. Yeah. So there we go. That's us. And that means I can now start to plan my July month. So let's look at the total of numbers and what I've got for July, basically. Okay, so a couple of new things on my budget. I have introduced the gym because I've had a few free trials. I've got a friend who's got a gym, and I went previously to a gym at the start of this year, and I really enjoyed when I could get there. And this gym, because it's my friend, I said, you can bring Alex during the day when it's quiet, because because it's an independent gym. It's one of those where if it tends to be quite quiet during the day. They've got set classes and things, which if I can make would be amazing. And Holly's now also interested in it. So I'm hoping, she might want to try it out, but basically it's £20. It's £19.95. So I've just rounded it up to for both of us for £40. And I put it in the budget. I'm hoping it's something we can do together. I love going to the gym. It's really good for my mental health and obviously your actual health as well, physical health. The other new things, I've got my days out and my eating out new envelopes gone in there. Got rid of my education one. And yeah, so I'm gonna count all these up, see where we're at. As you can see, my nursery is £67.50 because I've already taken into account that money that I know the government top up for, basically. So all of this totaled together comes to 1,623. No, it doesn't. This is what I'm doing. This is me nuts. What I need to do. Monthly money in. This is what happens when you haven't got a calculator and you try and plan ahead. It doesn't work. So basically, I've got £1,110 incoming from my tutoring business. I get, how much was it? Let me see what I say it was. Universal credit, 1173.65. If I add these two together, I've got 2283. Then I need to add up my totals amount for here. That's what I was doing before, and then I didn't do it because I'm silly. So the amount of these before, was 1,172. Is that right? 1,172 sounds about right. 1,172. And I take this off of this, which is my A, take my B. This is B. A take B, which is 2283.65, subtract 1172. I'm just going to ignore those pennies for now, so let me just do a quick calculation up here. Well, I could have done that in my head, couldn't I? But I actually worked that out. 11, which we're going to divide by 4. Maybe I should just round this to, just to make it easier. 1,100, should I do that? 1,100, which wouldn't leave me with very much, but there we go. 1,100 is 253, yeah, 275, isn't it? 1100. I shared it between 4, 8. I'm back to doing the maths. 4 into 30. Yeah, it's a good job I'm doing maths, isn't it? It goes 6 times. No, 4 goes into 30 how many times? 4, 8. No, you were right the first time. Come on, Samantha, get with the game. 4 into 30, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. Is that right? Yeah, 275. Is that what I said before? 275. I should just trust my own. It means I should have £275 each month to stuff unless I get any extra Etsy income. And maybe I should reconsider my career as well. Who needs teaching anyway? I don't know. Good job I'm not a, oh wait, maths teacher. Right, so that is how much my budget is going to be each week for July, as I said, unless I get this extra earnings, unless I do other things as well. So not huge, but we've done all right before. We can cope. Right, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you really, really soon.